Yes, people. Welcome back to the channel, man. Good morning, good morning, all. Time to chop up Liverpool, man. One game away from the Premier League glory, man. Big up to Sav in the building. Big up to K-Mac in the building. Should have G join. Should have chop it up with the man them. But man, then before we get started, man, you know what I mean? Big up to Sav. WrestleMania last night was cold. Up until the last game, the last match, I should say. That was there was a bit of too much, I don't know, acting in there, bro. But that's just me, man.
Yeah, blood. Listen, man. Sometime today I'll watch it back, but this time I'll skip through. But yeah, I don't know, blood. It's mainly when I was caught in the hype, which is what it's all about, was great, bro. But in reflection, some stuff with cheeks, blood. But hey, I didn't have to pay any money to go in it, blood. That's all I was thinking the whole time, is if I had to pay money to do this, bro, someone's getting beat up, bro. So apart from that, yeah, man, I just try to stay in the moment, and it like that's all I could do, bro. After the build up and all that, stay in the moment, have a good time. Start the wrestling year now, innit? So run it again, man. But yeah, that's it.
Big up to K-Mac, man. What are you saying, bro? How's things?
I'm good, mate. Had a good Easter. Looking forward to winning the league soon. All good. Interesting seeing all the teams in Europe, like considering it's such a non-competitive league. But there you go.
Fair enough. What about you, G? What are you saying, bro? Chilling yesterday, back today.
Yeah, bro. I'm blessed, man. Had a good weekend. Yeah. Honestly, man, just looking to start the week busy. Off today, so I get to just chill, get in the zone. But yeah. I'm blessed, man. Hope you guys are best. Savage, K-Mac, all of you, man. Hope you lot are all good weekend and that. You know what I mean? We're back here with the vibes and that. You man telling me.
Yeah, man. Big up to the chat as well, man. There's a poll in the chat, guys. Throw your thoughts in there, man. I would love to know what you guys are planning.
What is it?
What you say, Sam?
What's the poll?
It's just about what you're planning to do once Liverpool win the title. There's a four answers in there.
Okay. That's interesting.
So it'll be interesting to see what everyone's plans is. Obviously, I can't cover everything, but they only give you 4 options, so I'll try to cover. Do you know what I mean? But it'd be interesting to see where everyone, by the end of the stream, what's everyone's plans, you know, for the title.
It's kind of mad about you know what? Forget it. I don't want to. I was gonna say, like, I ain't seen. You know, for everyone who loves all the subscribers, and I ain't seen no meetups, blood. We've known we're gonna win the league for ages, but I ain't seen no one. Let's all meet up. I love.
Don't worry about it.
In fairness, I've seen it on Twitter. I've seen it on. People have spoken. Yeah.
Wait. But the one you said on Twitter, is it girls doing it?
Like, yeah. To be fair, yeah.
Yeah, of course, man. You know what I mean? Colesberg and a shag blood. I know, bro. I'm not trying to hear that, man. Hey, I'm a family man, bro. You get me? Speaking of family man, is everyone's missus and kids good before we get started, Carl?
Yeah. Everyone's cheeky, man. Yeah, I'm saying.
Man, them can't cope without them. You get me? So let's stop pretending. Dad life and that.
You know what it feels like? Big up, Cap, bro. You know,
like the last day before the kids go back. So,
you know, it does feel like without them, there's no structure and organization at times. You know,
nope, there is none.
You built your life around them. That's why. That's what it is, bro. You built your life around them. So as soon as something gets thrown off and that's all over the place, bro.
I don't know what to do with myself anymore. Like, I'm like,
Speaking of kids, Scav, she pregnant yet, blood? What's going on?
Hey, definitely not. You didn't sell it to me then. You just said, I swear G just finished by saying, I don't know what to do. So I was like, well, that's not a life I'm choosing. Suddenly the kids are off school. We don't know what to do with ourselves. Yeah, okay, I'm out.
No. I meant like, you know, like when, for example, like today, I'm chilling and he's not here and he's just away. I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do with myself. I don't even know what I like doing anymore. Like, do I like TV anymore? Like, I don't even know. So
it's a positive thing, not a negative thing, bro. I know what he means, bro, because it's like even if his son is sitting there not talking to him, there's a distinct noise in it. You know what I mean? You know,
there's like there's an ear sound. Yo, why are you not doing anything like?
No, I understand.
Hurry up, though, Cav. I got a bit on this. I ain't gonna tell you today.
Get yourself some dogs.
You got like a bet, bro, right there. You know what I mean?
And then you know what you need to do.
I don't need them. I still do all the same stuff. Yesterday I went to Go Ape. I was just climbing around trees for 3 hours. Didn't need no kid to do that. I just do it anyway.
I need to go to Go Ape though. I've heard it's all right.
Oh, yeah, it's well fun.
fun.
It's well fun. Yeah, you should do it definitely.
Where should we start, man? I think let's break the game down before we go. But before we break the game down, guys, I'll talk about let's say the lineup. Right, this was the lineup yesterday. Alisson, Virgil, Konate, Diaz, Sobol, McAllister, Salah, Gakpo, Tsimikas, Gravers, and Bradley. Did you guys think that there should have been any, maybe like Trent coming in because he was back fit, maybe Jota starting from the start, or a Nunes, or do you think Jones should have maybe started in the midfield? Maybe Robbo started at left back, or you guys was like, when you saw it, it was calm, cool. Yeah, this was fine to kind of run against Leicester. Anyone can kind of take the floor if you want, boys.
I thought Jones played quite well in the last game. Not the game just gone, but the game before that. So I thought he might actually get a shout because Dom's been pretty dead for the last couple of games. But he's had a bit of a rest, hasn't he? So I don't know. I think looking at that team, you can kind of see who Slot rates, like who he trusts to kind of get him through the last couple of games. Chiesa didn't even make the bench, so I don't know. I don't know what he's done. Like, I hope Slot isn't one of those guys where you just like, I don't know, you say one bad thing and that's it, you disappear. But I think that team was probably the best team we've got, if I'm honest, apart from Trent. But he's not 100% fit, is he? So he's only had one training session, I think. So
Yeah.
I think that was pretty much the best
I was
you
fine
can
with the
get.
team. Just expected a striker to
He's
start.
certainly not going to play Robbo after the last couple he's had, but yeah.
Yeah, just expected a striker to start. When I saw that it was like Gakpo, I was like, I don't know what's going on here, bro. Like, play the striker.
It did look like Gakpo was playing in the 9, but it didn't in the end, did it? It was Diaz. But did anyone else notice that like Mac was playing as the 10 for a bit in that game?
Felt like
never work out if
quite
that's
advanced.
line or
Dom
that's just
kind of played
what
as an
happens
8
in the game.
most of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I personally, I was quite happy to see Cody back in the side because let's face it, the forward line's not been doing much the recent weeks. So I was pleased to just see a shake up and light. Cody, when he's come on, is not really done much, but he's fit enough now to get a chance from the off. And if he can play himself into a little bit of form, then great, because he's been an unsung hero for us this season, really, just chipping in with the goals and assists. So I was pleased to see him back in there, but more importantly, I was just pleased to see a little bit of a change up there, because it looked like it needed a bit of a shake up because the forward line's just not been working for a little while. And let's face it, it's not hard to drop Jota in this form, is it really? So
yeah, because he missed like I don't know, like the Salah delivery, which we'll get into like that, but he missed a good chance. I'm like, yeah, Jota normally he's like clinical. And I was like, he was under a bit of
really big chances in that game.
Yeah.
I was his first touch of the ball. That header. Like, he just
Was it?
He was his first touch of the ball. Like, it was the first thing he done in the game, and like, he just come on. But yeah, man, Cav is right. It's easy to change the front. It wasn't a problem with who he's putting in the front line. I'm just like I'll just drop Diaz and then play Gakpo in it. Is what I was thinking, not play both of them. But I get it. We've got a week in between now, so you can keep swapping. But obviously we'll get to it. In the end, it was trash anyway, bro. So it didn't make a difference. But I hear it.
yeah.
What about you, G, in terms of the lineup for this one, bro? Looking at the team, Tsimikas actually getting a start, because last game I thought he should have stayed on the whole game, to be fair. I thought he was playing well. And this game, obviously, the gaffer left him on.
I'm literally watching highlights of the game. I didn't even see it. But in terms of the lineup, I'm looking
If
now.
you watch the highlights, G, that's all you need to see, because nothing else happened in between, to be honest with you. It's so boring.
Yeah, no, I didn't. That's why I didn't get quiet. I was like, yeah,
Gee,
you
on
guys
the highlights, on the highlights, how quick did it go to the second half? Pretty fast.
It's like a 3-minute video in like just touches under a minute, and then we're already in.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, that first minute's the lineups and everything as well. It's not even match play.
you know when it's like they do the kickoff thing and then they go to like a next transition. I'm like, why would you show me this? Like, I don't really. But yeah, what you guys said. I thought, Robbo maybe would have been dropped anyway because of just about time. But I'll be honest, the only thing that actually baffled me was just Chiesa just not being there. I was like, rah, like you didn't even make the cut at all. Like, wow. That's the only thing I think I saw.
Man's in Italy eating pasta, bro. He's in Italy eating pasta, bro.
How many
pasta?
I was going to ask, how many do you need to get a medal? But someone
5 games.
there, you need.
I think he needs about an extra game now. I think one more game and he's good to go.
Actually,
there must be something in the contract.
You know the medal
we're
thing.
gonna have to pay 20 million on top.
You know the medal thing. I actually looked into this because there was so many people talking about it. So you get issued 40 medals. Like the club gets 40 medals by the FA, and you can actually just request more, like, and give them out. Like, so everyone can get a medal regardless. Like, it's a weird one. Like that they say you have to play these games, but you can actually just request more medals and hand them out. Like,
so you get the medal where you didn't really deserve it.
Yeah.
Didn't really play the amount of games required. All right, let's get into it then. First half, lads, 0-0. Be honest. I want everyone's honest opinion on this one. What was your initial thought, man, going into this? You're like, we should be smoking these, man, really. They don't score at home. Every time you look, they're like 4-5-0 down. And then you see it's 0-0. What's your initial thoughts, lads? Anyone can.
Well, was anybody surprised?
No. Typical Liverpool's flop performance.
You already know, bro, what I'm going to say, bro. Slot 4-5, bro. I know, bro.
100%.
Yeah, it's disappointing, Endz, because I think for all the rightful plaudits the team should get this season, finding a way to win and change it. You're not going to get into all of that again. It's just disappointing because I think we all kind of want to see is sort of take the next step where we get that mindset where it's like we just want to kill everybody in front of us. Like, yes, we've gone an entire season now. We've figured out ways of winning. We've got some patterns of play. Slot's got across his ideas. He's clearly got an idea as to what players he likes and what he don't. And that is his kind of preferred team, isn't it? I don't think there's too many that he would sort of change from this current crop of players. So then you're kind of just looking towards, like, can they be that team that really wants to put teams to the sword, like just are so confident in what they're doing, so comfortable in their position in the season. Like, yes, they want to go on and win the league, but let's not deny the fact that we've got so many games to do it still. I know we want it sooner rather than later, but we've got plenty of games. Like, the pressure's off a little bit, surely. Just go out and it's Leicester. Like, they barely filled the stadium. They've been, like you saying, getting beat in the first 15 minutes of games. Just go out and be that team that just like plays with such confidence and is relaxed but also wants to, put on a show, but just don't seem to have that kind of mentality about them. And I just think tempo is too slow. And it's just not enough quick passage of play. And maybe it's a mindset thing because of where we are in the season and everything, but I think we have a right to be disappointed to an extent with what we're seeing football-wise, to be honest with you, because there's no excuse. You're going to play the minutes anyway. You might as well play them well. Do you know what I mean?
No, 100%, bro. Like, you're right in terms of the way we pass the ball. We pass it really slow, but obviously we've been doing it the whole season now, so it has to be an instruction in terms of keeping the ball, resting when we're on the ball, kind of thing. But then it becomes a moment where we're waiting for that precise moment to score. And if you don't score in those precise moments, then it looks horrible. And I think that's what we've seen for a few of the games this season, where we've held most of the possession, but then we'll get the one chance in like 20 minutes because we want to just keep the ball. And then you expect the goal to go in and it doesn't. You're like, okay, so now we've just wasted 20 minutes when we could have probably just peppered shots at the goal and done it a bit quicker. So that's what I think maybe does it speed up in the next season? Maybe, looking ahead, but yeah, the football has to be a bit better, man. But
what disappoints me though is it's all well and good, like not going gung ho and not overcommitting players forward and getting caught out. And I get all of that, and I get sometimes the game gets a bit too back and forth, and you might just want to put your foot over the ball and slow it down. I get all of that, but in possession, when we're playing out from the defenders or whatever, like, can we not just do an overlapping fullbacks? Can we not do, underlaps? Can we forwards or our wingers, should we say, can we try and not cut in every single time? Can we hit the byline and try to pull the ball across? Like, there's so many movements when you're in possession of the ball and everybody's set that we can do better. And it feels so obvious at times. Like the amount of times we play this first half out, and then second half, suddenly we're seeing third man runs into the box. We're seeing Bradley, overlapping. We're seeing Szoboszlai actually run to the byline and offer Salah that pass. Like these things, these subtle movements start to happen in the second half of games. And it's like, well, that doesn't necessarily come down to tempo. That's just simply just running. That's just simply just making more movement for your teammates around you. And it seems like we only seem to switch on and do it when we're towards the end of the game or in second halves. And I'm watching first half thinking, where are all these patterns? Like, yeah, we've got our foot on the ball. Salah's picked the ball out on the right, but where's all the runs around him that, like, they're the simple goals that we've been scoring all season, and suddenly now we just want to stop making those movements. I don't understand, and I can't accept the fact that that's down to control. That for me is just not getting through the gears quick enough. I'm not sure if that's preparation or what, but that's just simply not getting into the game quick enough where you feel like you want to make them bursting runs. It feels too slow to sort of go up through the gears for us.
No, do you know the question I want to? Okay, man, I'll go to you with it. The question I want to ask though is, you're right, Cav, in terms of like, I don't feel like we're killers, like a team that wants to go out there and really like demolish teams. I feel like we're just like, as long as we win and you guys are fine, like we're cool with that. But where we've seen City over the years, bro, like they get 5 and you're like, okay, maybe just keep the ball now. You don't need any more. They're like, nah, we can get 10 today. I don't feel like we have that. I've seen that. There was one game against Palace when we beat them 7-0. I've seen it when we played United and we beat them 7-0, where it felt like it was like, nah, get more. But go on, K-Matt, what was you gonna say?
I think, I mean, I said this like at the start of the season. I mean, I said this in the middle of the season as well. I said that the manager's going to come in and all he's going to want is results, regardless. Like, he wants to get at a good foothold of being able to win games in the Premier League because he's never done it before. And he also wants to get a real like sense of how to play Premier League teams because he's never done it before. And if you look at it, there's only about 4 or 5 teams that don't play low block and don't literally just pack their entire midfield and their entire defence and just sit back. And that's been our Achilles heel, being able to get past that. And we do seem to be winning a lot of games like 1-0, 2-0, like very rarely 2-0, to be honest. And I did say the second half of the season, teams are going to work out how to play against Slot because he's not going to be this new entity that nobody's really done their research on. Because I can guarantee that the majority of the Premier League managers weren't watching Feyenoord last season to see how to play against Slot. They're looking at Liverpool and how Liverpool play because he's only tinkered a few things. But I still don't think he's got the right players to fit his system. I still don't think we've got pacey wingers, which he wants. I still don't think we've got a number 10 that's skillful and can go past players and can play really key passes. Still don't think we've got that. I still think we've got a lot of workhorses, and I still think we've got a lot of players that play in transition. And until we get a pre-season and get some players under his belt, like his players, I still don't think we're seeing Slot's complete style of play. I think we're still seeing the last part of Klopp, where it's just reaction, it's just instinct, it's just like we scored a lot of goals from transition. We scored a lot of goals from the opposition having the ball, and we're winning it off them and then going on the attack. And I know other people have said it, and I'm saying it as well. We still aren't getting the ball in the zone 14 position, which is where we need a killer. And I'm sorry, guys, but we still have Manchester United's number 9s in our team. We are so bad in the number 9 position that I think he just needs a killer, and we will get that goal, and we'll get 2 goals. And look at all the chances we create in games from that middle position and don't score. And it's always Salah. Like yesterday, he hit the post one side, hit the other post the other side, and then hit the crossbar. You could have had 3. Like just Salah himself. Like it's one of them. Like
It just showed like even though Salah is the most clinical out of the lot, but he's still
He's
not
the
mad
most
clinical.
He's not.
No,
The
I
most
mean like in
as
terms of
clinical.
he's the one that scores the
Like-
most goals at the front line. I'm saying so he's technically the most clinical because he converts more of his chances. But I'm saying even with that, he's still very low when it comes to being a killer in front of goal.
And that's weird, but yeah, you're right. Because he's
What
got that
about-
many goals, but yeah.
What about you and G and Sav? What's your guys' thoughts?
Brother, listen, man. No disrespect to that. I can't disagree more. Okay, man. This thing has to stop with everyone doing the last of Klopp business, bro. Man has been here Slot's been here all season now. Bare games and that. How many games has he played now? 50
About
plus.
About that.
Bro, the remnants of bro. There's not an excuse for that. And I'm listening to his own words. So all of this, like the style, and he wants this winger, and bro, that's not what he said when he's getting interviewed, bro. He's saying that he's happy with these dons and that. He's happy, like this might just be this boring football that we're gonna play. He gets results, so I ain't gonna complain about that. But it might just be how he's gonna play. Now he might change a little bit next season, but he also could get worse, bro. Like I said, his style could be like not that good, and it's what Cav said in possession. It's so annoying. It's like both sides of the pitch are set up completely different. It's like one side, if Bradley plays, there's an overlap, but if Trent plays, there's an underlap, and then if Diaz is on the left side, he has to cut in, and it's the same pattern to the point where I'm like, he has to be the manager because otherwise you just tell him I'm not playing you, bro. You're not listening to instructions.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. There's a point where like we were breaking, and I'm like, how can you be moving slow on a transition? We won the ball. McAllister had it on the right side. He was in the right back position, and Szoboszlai was ahead of him. He was gone. And so McAllister like jogging with the ball, bro. And then in the end, he just gave it to Szoboszlai anyway, and it was too late. And then he put that cross in for Jota, but he could have just ran down the wing and got in there himself. It sucks, man. Like I hear all of this business, but at the end of the day, results are the main thing. 100%. I'm never gonna argue that. And if anyone wants to argue, there's the point. I can't win the argument, but it stinks, bro. And this isn't new. This isn't being figured out because I've seen these. I saw this earlier in the season when we played against Wolves when they were rubbish. We played just like this game against Leicester. I saw all of these games already this season, so it's nothing new. I don't understand why it takes half a game, and even when it does take half a game, it doesn't mean the second half's going to be better. It's just that the second half you might score a goal. It's not always like a better performance. It only seemed like Bradley wanted to do anything yesterday, and he wasn't even that great. Like he was good going forward. I felt his decision making was good. He was getting blocked a few times, and then going the other way, he was kind of like iffy. But he felt like he wanted to do something, and then when Trent came on, he felt like he wanted to do something. But nah, man, it stinks, bro. And another thing, the low block stuff. Nah, bro. Like most teams don't play low block, bro. That's not true, bro. If we've got possession of the ball, they're gonna retreat a little bit. But nah, man, this can't be an excuse, bro.
That's what it is, Sav. That's my opinion. Is I don't think everybody's playing low block against us. We're just too slow.
We're just too slow, yeah.
We're just too slow. Every team's going to get back at some point, whether they're jogging or sprinting. And we play so slow that the joggers and the walkers get back in time. That's the difference, boy.
That exact thing what you said.
I saw Cav in a West Ham game, right? We won the ball in the transition, and I kid you not, I saw who was it? Was it not Graven? It was Mac. He turned round, like we was on the counter, and then they had like maybe 4 or 5 players in our half, and then he turned round and allowed them to reset. And I was like, why did you turn back to allow the 5 to get back to then screen?
Bro.
And that's when I was like, bro, you guys can't be this program to just go, oh shit, I need to stick with the system. I need to, okay, if I turn out, I need to give it to him. He then gives it to him. He didn't. I'm like, bro, we were just on the counter attack. Just try and drive it forward, win a free kick. Drive it forward. Look, maybe a skill, play it out wide, something. But he waited, turned back round, and allowed the guys to reset again. I was like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy because this is a team that should be confident as well. So these are the things that should just be happening like off the cuff. You know, like sometimes you would struggle to train the player to not do that instinctual thing of play the ball forward. Like that exact moment you were talking about, Sav, where Matt picks up in the right back position, it's so blaringly obvious that pass the ball to Szoboszlai because the ball moves quicker than you do with it. But he didn't, and I'm like, surely instinctually you'd play that pass, but so he must be doing like.
It's even worse that he gave
tuned into the system. I just
Cav, it's even worse that he ended up giving the ball in the end because that's the most. When I see them runs. And then they don't pass the ball. I'm like, okay, you've seen a different option somewhere. When you end up giving the same person the ball anyway, I'm like, bro, what was the point of that?
Maybe
You just run with the
yeah.
ball for no reason.
And I think it'll be fair to say it'll be in those moments that if Trent does leave, that we'll miss him, because Trent will just hit that pass, and whether it's successful or not, more often it is, you know, you'll be in on goal straight away. And if we lose that, you know, Liverpool have always been good in the transition and quickly, but if we lose Trent, we might lose that side of our game, and that's not going to be a good thing for us. You know, we need to get that ball quicker to the forwards in their moments.
Jeans, because obviously you're saying you was watching the highlights, so I'll ask you a different type of question. Do you think when we're analysing, because obviously we're talking about the first half, do you think when we're analysing the games, like since we've been doing it this season, do you think we're analysing it from a standpoint of we've already won the league, so now we're kind of looking ahead? Because that, for me, feels that way. I don't know if it's the same for you, but when we analyse, it feels like we're already looking ahead to what does the football look like in the future, because we've already wrapped up this league. So no matter what we do now, it is just what it is. What's your thoughts on that,
Maybe. But I do think that Savage, Cav said it there, K-Max said it as well. Like, I've said it all season. This is why when you asked that question the other day about pick 5 games or whatever it was, 3 games, whatever it was that you asked us, I was like, well, I can't. Like, it's difficult to find games. Like, Liverpool this season, yes, they play differently, of course, to a Klopp's team. But this is not fun. Like, this is shit to watch. Like, we're one of the worst teams to watch in the Premier League, in my opinion. I'm not saying it's a fact, just in my personal opinion. When I'm watching other teams, we're not the worst. So, of course, there's shitter teams like Ipswich and that. I don't even think they're that good. Like, all of that, fair enough. But when I'm watching football, Liverpool are like one of the worst teams to watch, bro. Like, it's rubbish. Like, you pass the Cav said it there. Sav already said. Why does the ball have to move so slow? Like, the ball travels quicker than a man. Move that ball quicker. Donny will not catch it. Like, it's impossible for him to catch it if you just put a little bit of pace on it. But every game is like this, and Sav might be right. It's an instruction at this point. That's cool. But this ain't fun to watch. The patterns are played. They happen at times. Cav said it. Transition. I've said it hundreds. Liverpool are the best team in transition. I'm not going to have anybody else above Liverpool. They are the best team that I've seen who are they'll kill you in transition. But that is it. That's all we do. That's when the Liverpool start, the ball's moving quick and players are not running for. No, that's when we look half decent. This is shit. Like, this is so rubbish to watch. Like, I don't enjoy this at all, like, in the slightest. And I think that's probably why we then start to micro-analyze certain players even more, because we're so annoyed at the football. Now it's like, you know, sometimes I feel like it might just be a case of we can't believe that the football is this bad. The players have to be shit. Like, the players must be doing something wrong, because it can't be this bad that Szoboszlai is not doing this, or McAllister might not do that, or Robbo does this, or Trent that, whatever. Like, I feel like that's where we've gotten to at this point. Forget winning the league. Yeah, cool. We won the league and we deserve to do so because we've been the most consistent team this season. 100% fact. As we've seen, we're 13 or whatever points clear. That will never, ever be discredited. But when we're watching the football, guys, we're all here. We've all kicked ball. We've all watched enough football. We're not dumb people. Like, come on, man. Like, this, and I'm not going to talk about yesterday's game in particular, just in a general sense. Bro, it has been so dire watching this team play. And I spoke to you at the beginning of the season about Liverpool and the way that they might play under Arne Slot. And I'm not going to lie and say, I feel like we've got ballers enough to play better football, bro. McAllister, I cuss him all season. He's still a baller. I still think he can go in, like, put him in a different type of team. This brother can ball. He can definitely, but I've seen him. I've literally watched him ball. Curtis Jones, I've seen it. Elliott off the bench, I've seen it. I've seen all of these guys play good football. But this season, bro, it's just like, and to be fair, I know Savage disagreed with what K-Mac said, but I did agree with a little bit of what he said about the clock thing in the end. I'll be real. You can see the way that we play. There is, yes, he's been here for a season, but you can see that these guys are still working off of that muscle memory of, in certain moments, it's exactly what we were doing for the last 8 years or whatever. So that just kicks in. And Slot spoke about that at the beginning of the season anyway. He didn't like the fact that we always try to go forward so quickly because that's what we've been trained to do for 8 years.
Yeah, that's my point. And now we don't do that at all. So it's not Klopp's football.
Yeah. We don't do it now, but we were doing it at the beginning, and then he's just changed it now to just complete just this slow methodical, and I get it. It gets results. So you're right. Maybe this is just the way to.
Yeah. It's just the way, man. That's what I see. Like every time we have a comment on it, people always say like, "Oh, I also man, I don't know what you're moaning for. We're going to win the league and that, brother. It's just my opinion. I don't like at the end of the day. Of course, I want to win, but you know what? Everyone always says to me to go, well, as long as it's winning first. And I'm like, bro, it's easy to say that because we've never been a team that just wins all the time.
Exactly.
But I remember this is in our team, but I used to do the hangover and everyone would be moaning about City's football, bro. Oh my God, it's just boring, bro. Like I turned it off. I'm not watching that football. It's boring.
but they were winning all the titles playing it.
Yeah, exactly. So
I said this on the terrace. Look, you can't have it both ways.
You can have it both ways. You can have it both ways.
Have scintillating football.
Barcelona proved that you can have it both ways.
5-0. Yeah, I think you might be in a group of your own there.
Not Barcelona under Pep.
You can have it both ways.
No,
Barcelona's not the only team to ever play good football.
I just
any of his own players.
No. K-Mac just said we're not Barcelona under Pep, but I've seen Barca, Liverpool, Man U.
Yeah, I've actually seen Liverpool.
Leicester. Do you really think the players give a shit? Do you really think the players give a shit?
We're not the players.
All we're doing is winning games.
We're not the. I'm a fan.
75 goals this season, way more than any other team.
But that's not the argument, though, is it? That's not the conversation. The conversation is your statement is you can't play good football and win things. That's nothing to do with how the players feel. That's two different conversations. You can play good football and you can be entertaining and you can win things. Because usually the best forwards you've ever seen, the best, forward three, MSNs and, Suarez, Sturridge and Gerard Torres, all these link-ups, they're entertaining.
With them, mate. Didn't win.
I remember when Spain won the World Cup and played that shit football, and I remember when Brazil won that World Cup and played that shit football, and when these won the Champions League and played that shit football. Come on, man. What are we talking about here, bro?
PSG might go on and win the Champions League this season, and they play the best.
But even Man City, I'm sorry, not every season has been shit.
Did they play nice football?
Who Man City?
Great football, because all they did was scored loads of goals through one guy. So
yeah, but
okay, I'm talking before Haaland even got it.
We literally scored loads of goals through one guy.
When Man City finished the season over us at one point every time, they played good football. When they finished ahead of us and we finished a point behind City, City played good football all those seasons. The Centurion season, they played great football, bro. We know they did. That's why we couldn't win the league, because they were so good.
It was death by a million passes.
Nah.
You're
watching a whole different City. But either way, regardless of all of that, even if you think it, that's fine. But the statement in itself is wrong anyway, just purely because you can actually play good football and still win things. You can have both in any scenario. It's not like we're not, and we're almost having two different conversations. Like Cav said, we're not arguing, bro. The winning, it's fine. That's not gonna be the problem. If you play this way, you like Liverpool. I feel like under Slot, if they continue like this, you've backed yourself into a corner of you're gonna now have to always win now to then justify why you can continue playing like this. If we don't win, that's gonna then be the problem. Obviously, this season we've won 1 out of 4 trophies. So you're like, okay, fine, we got the big one, we got the Premier League, no worries, we move. If next season you don't win anything, playing the same way, this conversation is going to pop up again in terms of style of play, football, it's boring, it's shit, yada, 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 and you're not winning anything now. So that's where I think the catch-22 comes. It's not to say that we're angry at winning. Of course, I want to win. I don't care if it is boring. If you can do a Jose Mourinho, and I feel like there's even a myth with that anyway, but if you can do a Jose Mourinho and win consistently, playing football that might not be as entertaining as others, no one's going to care. Nobody will care. But if you don't, I promise you, that's when it starts becoming more.
Guys, can we? I want to shift it to the second half because I feel like the football was better in that second half. So in the second half, I'll get you guys takes. So open panel again. Liverpool was peppering the net and then eventually get the goal. But why, as Sav always says, Slot 45. And his jokes, when he first said it, I was like, I don't get it. But now I get it. I get it now. I get it. There's one half of football that is amazing. There's one half of football you're like, that can't be the same team. It's like these men go in the channel and come back out. Yeah, they just come back out as a different team in the second half. And the other day, what was it? The West Ham one was the first time I saw in ages that the first half was cold. Like, we was playing ball, and then the second half we just went back. They went in, changed jerseys, come back out a completely different team. So why is there a disparity in terms of the first half and second half for us? Why can't we come out and be consistent throughout the whole 90 minutes? There's only a couple of games this season where I thought, yeah, for 90 minutes, United, Leverkusen, where you just thought, nah, for 90 minutes, we cooked. We balled out defensively and in the attack transition. Ball was moving quickly. There was a tempo. There was chances. We was clinical. I don't know. So you guys talk to me. Second half, why is there a difference in Liverpool's play, bro? What happens?
The other team's tired. The other team's tired. The other team spent most of the game running around after us. Like it looks like the first half in every game we try to wear the opposition out, and then the second half we then see more gaps, and that's why it's been like that all season. The West Ham game, I think the subs just ruined it. Like I think every sub he brought on made us worse, and then we just couldn't get a grip of the game again. West Ham aren't a bad team, by the way, either. Like they've got some really good ballers. And Paqueta and Kudus basically turned it on. Like I don't know whether Kudus was having a trial for us, like because we've been watching him for time now. But even the Liverpool players said that Kudus was like unstoppable in that second half. But yeah, the Leicester game, didn't we have like 26 shots and 10 on target? Like
Yeah,
we absolutely battered them. Like they had no shots on target the entire game. I think in that game. It is what it is. He probably needs better subs as well. Like he clearly doesn't trust enough of his bench because he seems to just bring on the same players all the time. You know, when he's got some good players that he's picked to maybe bring off the bench or play from the start, it just for me we just haven't got good enough strikers. Like. It's just like what we missed. We've missed 75 goals, 566 shots, 208 on target, 97 big chances created. Like we've still scored loads of goals and had loads of shots, but we just haven't scored enough for me for the amount of chances that we've created. And that Leicester game just sums it up. Like, what did we hit the crossbar 4 times? Like, and Nuno wasn't even on the pitch.
There's an easy answer to your question, to be honest with you, Endz, and it's we don't have egos. Like, there's not one single player that plays for us that starts the game and thinks, "I'm just going to drive into that space. I'm going to go ball out. I'm going to go beat someone. I want to go score that goal. I want to show off. I want to show my skill set. I want to go beat 2-3 man. I want to drive up the pitch. I want to get on the ball. We've got great players, yes, and we've got some players with some aggression. But we don't have them players that really want to cook people. We don't have that want to take people one-on-one. They don't want the highlight reel of going past people. They're not interested in all of that. They're so bought into this team ethic and this teamwork and being down to earth and humble guys. You've not got enough of them characters, because I tell you now, over the years playing football, whenever you kick off a game, you pass back, everyone's passing. It takes that one guy to either go crunch on, or that one guy that knows he's better than everybody else and has got skills and tech that then goes and opens up the game. Like, he'll try something, then everybody else follows because the tempo has been set, you know, like, and it's just, I think it happens across all of football, to be honest. And we just, this is what happens through not having Mavericks. This is just what you get. And to be honest, this is probably, when you guys are talking about the similarities to Klopp side, and the football that we play now is like the Klopp side that, when the press weren't working. The difference with that team is most of the time it had Mane in it. And Mane would just be the guy that would just drive back, win the ball back, and then drive back up the pitch again. Forget passing it backwards. He may have done an occasion, but he'd just like muscle someone off the ball, and then he'll drive back towards the opposition goal, and then everybody else is going with him. It was the tempo setter. And the amount of games we watched on the clock where it's like, when the press was great, we looked fantastic. But when the press wasn't good, we didn't know how to create anything. And Salah got all the plaudits, but Mane was always that guy for me that you looked at to be like, okay, he's the one that's going to kickstart this engine. His fight, his tenacity, his driving forward, that aggression, that willing to take someone on, hit the byline, step over. That football right there is going to get us going. And we just don't have that in a minute. We don't have that player, which, again, probably ties into what I was going to say when we're finishing off. The first off is like, it's probably not a bad thing where we are, because it's only going to take one or two good additions, players like that to come into the side that really kickstarts that and really changes that. You know, you get the ball to them and they're willing to take somebody on, or they play the ball looking to receive it again, 1-2. They're looking to make things happen every single time, and that will just set the tempo. That will set the pace a lot better, and it will just get the team going through them gears a lot quicker. And luckily, we're going to go on to win a trophy this season, so hopefully we can attract them sort of top players. But it will be important that we do, because I do feel like we need a little bit more of a.
Yeah, we lack personality.
Maverick might be too far. We've got a little bit in Diaz, but we just need a bit more.
Players don't have no personality, bro.
Semenyo,
That's
bro.
what it is.
That's the guy we need to get.
They don't have any personality. They don't want to just take the game by the scruff of the neck. They're all happy to just, I don't know, coast through and look at each other and see what everyone else is doing. I think Cab's right, man. But the thing is, I don't even know. I mean, there's no point in me bothering about it now, because I don't know what kind of player Slot likes, and everyone can pretend like they know, but they don't. And so it could go into next season and get really good players, but they're still not the players that Cav were talking about. Then I'll know, or maybe he just doesn't want to play that kind of football. Yeah, I mean, sometimes teams are happy to have the one guy with the ego who's ready to do certain things, and then everyone else operates a certain way. Or they'll have managers where it's like, no, we need everyone at the same level. We don't need anyone stepping above that. And even the fan base, anytime we're linked to somebody, everyone's doing rumours and that, all them kind of players that Cav just mentioned, the fan base is like, no, we don't want him. He's got an attitude problem. We don't want him. He's a bit arrogant. We don't want him. I'm like, brother, come on, man. Like, what's the problem? And I saw it because as soon as Trent got a bit arrogant about him, everyone hated it straight away. Humble yourself, bro. You know where you're from, bro. You're from Liverpool. Don't go above the means. But, bruv, what are we doing, man? This is football. We need that, man. We need a bit of character there, bro. Just boring ass players and that.
Difficulty we've got is our player with character, Salah, and he can't beat anybody.
Yeah.
So unless you're creating the moments for him and you're creating the space for him, it's not going to happen. Yeah, he can cut in on his left foot and put the cross in, and he's got a good cross. He's mastered the art of that backstick, the pick out now. But you need that player that can do it from a standing start. You know what I mean? You need that player that can just, everybody's set, everybody's got to touch the ball, everyone's fine behind, opposition are behind the ball, but you give that ball to that guy, and he hasn't got to necessarily beat somebody through skill or pace or anything, but he can do it through passing. He can do it through give it, get it, give it, get it, turn, moving forward, progressing, going towards the opposition goal, and everybody else is going to get on that wavelength, which is why we all got so excited at the start of the season when Gravenberch was doing it to an extent. Like Gravenberch was getting the ball, turning people out. As soon as he's turned one man in midfield and the space is opened up, everybody's getting excited. Everybody's running forward. Suddenly there's tempo. And sometimes he played a through ball and we missed it. Sometimes it'll go back out wide, whatever. He probably should have took more opportunities on himself or whatnot. But you can just see that it just takes somebody to just change the rhythm of what's happening, the pattern of what's happening. And we probably have got those players, but the system doesn't allow them to do it. Because I certainly think that Gravenberch for the first half of the season up until about Christmas was doing it so brilliantly well, and we had that dynamism in midfield. And now he's stopped doing it, and I don't know the reasons as to why. Maybe it's tiredness, whatnot. But like,
not worked out. They put a box around him.
I don't think you can work it out. He riding presses. Like someone's trying to tackle him from behind, and he can ride the press. What did they work out to tackle him from the other side?
He's got a box around him now.
No, Slot changed.
He's just stopped doing it. He's just
they stopped doing it because Virgil and that stopped passing the ball to him, bro. All of a sudden, he started going back. Started to go to Robbo when the right back now instead of going. He was going to Grav comfortable. He was comfortable on the ball, and it's what Cav said. He's comfortable to hold the ball up, do what he wants with it, or I'll just spin you, bro. And once I've spun you, the whole pitch opens up. And he gets from like our box to their box pretty quick because he's got long strides. And then, the only problem he had was sometimes the decision making, but it would come with time, innit? But I think our fans are a bit sensitive to like creative players anyway, because what Endz said at the beginning of the show with micro-analysing stuff and that, which is fine. We do that. We analyse stuff as fans. But it's like, I can imagine that they'll be checking now how many times the person lost the ball percentage and that, no matter how good he is. But that's what the Maverick players do, innit? They got to try stuff. That's why Bruno does it at Man United, bro. He'd be cold in this team. I'm telling you, bro, because he'll just do it. He'll take the game by the scruff of the neck. We're losing. Okay, I'm going to Ross one in top corner, bro. I'm going to try something different. But when we do it, bro, like, do you use like, even if we get a free kick and it's towards the end of a game, do you use like, and he's like looking at like we might score here, bro? I'm just like, all right, just see who takes the free kick. I don't ever think anything's going to happen.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. And like just someone to shoot from. I mean, Sabozalai took a shot yesterday, weren't a bad hit, gets parried out at bottom right corner, but like Not enough of that. Not enough. Like Szoboszlai should be that guy for us. He picks up so many spaces where he should just be getting he's got a good shot on him. We've seen it, Even if it doesn't lead to a goal, at least you're changing what the opposition's got to think about. At the minute it's too comfortable for opposition just to get behind the ball, and they just know that as long as we stick on Salah, as long as we track the run that's going off of him, we're all right. We overload the back post, and I'm surprised that we ain't, the opposition hasn't sort of reacted to that just yet. But I think it's probably just the lesser of most evils when they're weighing up how to defend against Liverpool. But you need the likes of Szoboszlai, maybe McAllister a little bit. Well, you could say all three midfielders to try something from the center of the box. And it might not be shooting, but it might just be trying to run past people, kind of like Jota does. There's moments where Jota picks up the ball and he's just thinking, I see a space, I'm going to drive through it. I might have to ride a couple of challenges, might lose a bit of balance, but I'm getting somewhere. I'm getting somewhere. And it basically means the defenders have now got to react to what I'm doing rather than just watching and responding, And that's why I've always kind of advocated to keep Jota in the side, because he will have them 2-3 moments in a game where he'll try that and it might lead to something. But what's been disappointing with me, for him, with me really recently, is he's not really done that. And that's the sad thing. You can miss the chances or whatnot, but he used to bring that to his game as well, where he just changed the angle of how we're attacking the goal, and it would free up different angles to then get it to Salah and get it to the other forwards and stuff. But he's lost that. But again, it's dynamism, and and no one else is really doing it. And it's an easy thing to say. If we got a 10 that could offer that, then it could really change how we break these teams down. And there's obviously people out there that could fulfill that role. Even Elliott to an extent. That's probably why we all call for him to come on as a substitute, because he looks like he just tries things different in that position. But it's just something we need to improve on.
I think we need some new faces up front. Like what? It's been like over 2 years now, same people. And the fans aren't happy with them. They're just not. You can ask all the fans. Anybody would replace anybody apart from Salah up front. That's just a fact. They haven't done enough consistently.
Why is that? But why is that okay, Matt? Why is that? Why would they want to replace them, okay, Matt? Because at the end of the day, they're doing better than most of the other players in the world.
That's what I'm talking about. There's a lot of the fan base that would happily get rid of Diaz, even though Diaz has had a really good season. He's got 20, 22, 23 GA this season.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I think Cody's on 26. But they're purple patch players. And you don't score consistently. I don't see Cody Gakpo now scoring a goal this season. I don't. I genuinely don't feel like he's got another goal left in him. Diaz might get one more, but I think it's probably going to be Mo who scores the rest of the goals. That's just how I feel. And that's not how we're supposed to feel. We're supposed to feel that we're confident that our strikers are going to score all the time. And Cav talked about the pressing thing. I think that's really interesting, because Slot got asked about what he wants his number 9 to do. And he said he wants him to be able to press and he wants him to be able to score. And that doesn't look like what our number 9s do right now. They don't press well enough and we don't score enough.
And that does every striker, though. Press and score. That's every striker.
But that's what our ethos has been. We've been really good at pressing teams and scoring goals. We scored 75 goals, but how many of them have been Mo Salah? I don't know, 70%. It's quite a huge amount. Next season we're going to need a guy, a really good one, and I think 20 goals is going to really help us.
I agree with the strikers on it. They need to do more. But the funny thing is with the wingers and that, when you look at their numbers against everybody else's in the Prem, the other wingers, they're up there on it.
I don't think we have wingers. That's the thing as well. I don't
think
we have
wingers,
enough pace down the wings.
The Gakpo and Diaz are wingers, bro.
Robbo's not fast.
Salah's a winger.
Matas isn't fast. Diaz isn't fast. Cody's not fast.
Salah's not being fast don't mean you're not
Trent's
a winger.
Not fast.
That's not the. I don't know, bro. The wingers in it. It don't change because you're not fast anymore. You're still a winger. You play on the wing.
We haven't got any pace, so that's maybe why they all cut inside all the time, because they can't get past. They can't get past the left back or the right back or the midfielder. So they have to cut into side where the space is because they haven't got the pace to go beyond. So what you have to look at Slot's previous teams. Like, did he have fast wingers? Did he have guys that have pace on the wings? Like, is that something that we're going to go for now?
I'm not sure what pace it's going to give them, to be honest with you, because
Well, it's going to get you down.
I think they cut in because it's the easier option. It's on their stronger foot, and if they lose the ball, they're running into space where they've got teammates, and they've always got a pass as an option. You hit the byline, you better complete that dribble, otherwise you've just run off the pitch, or you've given the ball back to the opposition. And that's them just not having the confidence or ability. And you see it when Gakpo and Diaz do it on moments, and the ball back. Everybody's so shocked. No, and there's no usually
it's only like once or twice all season.
Yeah, but they need to, but that's on them. For me, unless, and Sav's dead right, unless if it's the system and if Slot wanted them to do that and they're not doing that, they wouldn't be playing, right? Or he wants them to do it, but actually there's nobody else that will do it, so it'd be best to just stick with these guys. But either way, I would put some onus on the likes of Diaz and Gakpo to say, look, when you're standing up your fullback, you need to do more. It can't be cut in all the time and play the ball back to McAllister or try a backstick, chip. The backstick chip's lovely to Salah, that's great, but it needs to be the one-off. It needs to happen once or twice in a game when nobody's expecting it. It can't be the thing that you're doing all the time.
He did it about 4 times against Leicester as well.
You need to do more. I'm sorry, but there comes a point where you're like, everybody were banging on saying Cody Gakpo needs to play left wing because that's his position and that's where he was good all his career for PSV, and we shouldn't play him as a centre forward. Now he's playing left wing. It's like, okay, we'll do more then. Great player, unsung hero, like I said this season, chipping in with goals. I love all that. Don't lose that. But you can do more. You can beat your man. And you know what? Once you've beat your man, you can actually pick your head up and try to find someone or continue dribbling, beat the next man. It ain't always got to be beat the man and then just put it anywhere into the box. Well, anywhere might not work, and more often it don't work for us because we ain't got a forward that's standing on the penalty spot doing nothing. More often than not, our forwards are out in the box trying to help you out, or they're just not got good enough movement to anticipate it, which you also can't blame them for because it don't happen often enough. But at the same time, we need to be saying to the likes of these, to the Gakpo and Diaz's, I don't know if you can say it to Salah at this point. It might be too far gone, but like, beat your fullback when you stand it. When you stood him up and you're 1-on-1, beat him. Do something, Or in the game, if you can't beat him, you need to be talking to your fullback. You need to be talking to the midfielder inside of you and saying, we need to come up with something else every time. Overlap. Right, overlap's not working. Underlap. Right, okay. I'm going to play the ball into midfield and then I'm going to spin and run. Try find me. Dink one in behind. Do something. There's so many options and they're quality players, but it just seems too easy to just give the ball out to the winger and just let him cut in every time and see what happens. Well, guess what's happening? Nothing's happening. So what's wrong with just trying something else?
Let's go to the guy that made something happen, bro. This brother, bro, got us the winner, got booed. That's how they do it.
These pussy holes are booing him, bro.
I don't know, man. That Jude Bellingham celebration's really winding me up.
Man can't even hold their arms out anymore, Like Jude just owns holding your arms out, bro. It's long.
I know.
But yeah, talk to me about Trent, man. Trent comes off the bench, looked really good when he came off the bench, and obviously eventually gets the match winner for us as well. Great finish. Keeper should have done better, but obviously you can only put it on target, and it's down to the keeper to save it or not save it.
To be fair, I don't even think the keeper could see properly, bro. Like, the box was crowded.
Yeah, he had 2 players in front of him. One was down.
A guy lying on the floor injured.
Yeah, and then he pretended to start holding his head when he was like, "Oh, I couldn't get up, so let me just hold my head in hope that." It's like,
Sunday League move that is, bro.
Don't try that, bro. Don't try that. Get up, man, and play on, because you got off after, and they was asking for like, why wouldn't it be stopped? It's like stopped in flow of the game. It's not like it went out wide and left the box, and then you could go, actually, it's not in the dangerous area. Let me blow and pull it up.
He could have done like a Kostas Tsimikas where he tried to like tackle the ball with his head while he was on the ground.
Well, yeah, talk to me about Trent Alexander-Arnold, man, in terms of, especially, I don't know why, because this cracked me up, because everyone's like, oh, what does this celebration mean? I'm like, he threw the shirt off down when he was running. McAllister picks it up and then just hung it there, and then he went to walk off to go and pick the shirt back up, and then Virgil said, no, it's there. And he went and grabbed it. And everyone's like, yeah, look, what does it mean? Is he leaving Liverpool now? Like, you guys can probably share some light on it. I don't know if you saw anything else. Like, what does it mean, bro?
Don't mean anything else.
Means nothing. Means absolutely nothing, bro.
I don't think the celebration means anything, but I think the social media posts have got a bit of are a little bit.
What did he post on social media? I didn't check.
Well, he posted the same thing that that Virgil van Dijk posted when he signed. Moments, and then
Special
also
moments.
he's the only person that hasn't had a selfie with Salah when he scored.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man! So we
I
got
know,
Marvel
mate.
Easter eggs
It's
now.
wild, isn't it? It's
That's what we're
wild.
doing now. Okay.
Special moments. That's what he wrote. Special moments.
And then, but at the same time, Mo Salah did post about him on his Instagram. He just didn't do the one with him in the picture.
Yeah, I know. It's
I'll be
wild.
dead honest in it, and I'm just gonna caveat with this with I don't know, bro. So it's fine. You see the end of the game when they went over to cheer the fans and that, and then they all look extra happy for him, and then Virgil's pushing him in front of the crowd like, "Get your plaudits." That just looked like to me like he's probably been having not a bad time and that, but it's like these lot know how much he loves the club. And they're his friends, remember, so they don't have the same thing that these gay ass fans have, where they're like, "Oh my god, you scummed us, bruv! I can't believe you've done that." No, bruv, because they've all had friends that have come and gone to different teams, innit? They don't stop you being his friend, so they're just like that. He's been going through this enough. We know how much you've given to this club, and you need to get your flowers, bruv. So go out there and get your flowers. Simple. That's what it looked like to me, bro. Because they look extra. You see when he scored, bro, that wasn't like we've scored, we needed that goal because the league's done, bro. We know it. That was like, yeah, Trent and it. Do you get me? And even the way they speak to him after, seeing how Quanta will speak to him after, they know, man. Like for me, I've always had the same for Trent. The man's a Liverpool legend. I think he's been pretty dope for a majority of his time at Liverpool. Not the 20 years, but since he's been in the first team. I feel like at the beginning, people were making a big deal about his defense, and he wasn't that bad. Like they kept going back to the same Rashford thing. And then I feel like his biggest problem is when he doesn't apply himself, he looks shit. When he decides to apply himself and does the best defending he can do, he's a decent defender and really good going forward. When he doesn't apply himself and he decides to be lazy and like he can't be bothered, then he looks shit. And that's kind of it. But who cares, man? He scored the goal. We needed it. They booed him and then they celebrated straight after, bro. So if anyone looks like a dickhead, it's the Liverpool fans in the stadium.
I think, my thoughts initially were same as Sav's. Really, he's being judged because he may leave, or we think he may want to leave, and we have this like opinion as fans that we expect all players to be loyal to our club and should stay because we've given them everything. But truth be told, like he's a quality player and he's played a massive part in bringing us back to where we all want to be as Liverpool fans and winning us trophies. Like, why couldn't he leave after winning everything? Surely, as a player, when you start out, you think, okay, I'm going to move to this club, I'll win everything. That'll be a moment I'll be allowed to leave. And then suddenly you're told you can't. And I know it didn't pan out that way, but like, he's achieved everything. So when you take a step back and take your emotion and stuff out of it, you kind of think, isn't that the time that a player should be allowed to leave without any negative opinion? Is when they've come to your club and they've won everything and then they want to move on and do something else for themselves. Not bad mouthing your club, not falling out with them, you know, not negatively affecting anything that's going on, actually still positively affecting the team right until the end. But has done everything. So now wants to move on for their own reasons. Like, surely that's the perfect situation for a football player and should be. But I guess that's not how football works. And I felt like that was a moment where it was a bit of a kickback at the fans. It was just like, what, can't you just appreciate the player I've been and what I've done for this club, despite what may happen in the future? Because let's face it as well, at this point in time, nobody knows what's going to happen.
Exactly.
You know, nobody knows what's going to happen. And he said nothing. So every single opinion, right, is made up. Every single negative opinion that he's getting and all the backlash he's getting and all the conversation around it is completely fabricated. It's just made up. So suddenly he's probably just sitting there thinking, what the hell? I've been at this club. I've won everything. I've given everything. I've trained every day. Yeah, Sab's right. Some games he's been off it. He's had a few moments where he's looked terrible and stuff. But really, he's dedicated his life to this club.
Yeah, of course.
And now he's getting all this heat through nothing he's actually done at this point in time.
I think
so. I'd be frustrated.
I think the biggest problem was was Real Madrid. Like that seems to be the biggest issue, is the fact that all the stuff's come from the Spanish side, and the fact that they put that bid in. Like, if none of that had happened, he could literally just be like, look, I'm just doing exactly what I've done through my entire career, and my contract's never been played out in public. Like, and I'm not commenting about it. But it's the fact that all the stuff's come from Spain.
Yeah, but that's Spain, though, and it's still not his fault.
David, no, I know. It's not his fault. David Ornstein stuff, and the fact that they made that stupid bid. And it's, look, if we break it all down, the biggest issue is we're losing a really good player. That's it. We're losing an absolute star who's been our best right back, probably the best right back in my lifetime. Like, you know, for Liverpool, and probably one that I've seen with my eyes. Like, he's been absolutely unbelievable. His numbers are insane. He's the only player that can do what he can do in that position. He's been our creativity for 70% of the last God knows how many years from that side. He's been unbelievable. And he's walking out the door, and it hurts. And it hurts a lot of fans. And that's the way it is. Like, you know, he can't make it better. The only way he can make it better is he signs a new contract. And we're all hoping that he does. And I think that's the biggest thing. But it's the thing that we're winning the league and he wants to leave. That's probably what gets us the most.
It's also the perfect time to leave, isn't it?
Yeah, if we weren't in the running and we were maybe fourth, you know, trying to get in the Champions League, we might be like, oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. But it's the fact that we're winning the league and we're like 13 points clear.
The problem is then there's like,
and I say, why do you want to leave?
There's no right time. Like, if we're doing shit, then people are gonna say, well, he jumped ship and he wasn't ready for the
That's
battle.
what I'm thinking. Yeah.
He stayed with us, yada yada yada.
You can't win either way, mate.
The guy's about to win 2 Premier League title, like his second Premier League title. He's won Trent. Like, Cav's right, but I was gonna say, Cav, don't speak too loudly, because them Scousers might not be happy with what you're saying. But I agree with you 1,000,000%, bro. Like, I don't understand why the fans, this thing about him being a Scouser, I'm sorry, but it's irrelevant. Like, the reality is, if he's done everything and he's literally applied himself since he was a kid, bro. They've been telling us all showing us pictures of this guy being captain in the academy and coming through and all of this stuff, and then he helps us to win everything. I'm like, bro, like, surely now is the time. If you're not happy with, okay, we're not getting a fee, that ain't his problem. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna have to speak to the owners about that. Like, that he can't do nothing about that.
Yeah.
If the owners wanted to get money for him, guess what they could have done? They could have accepted that bid. 20 million or not, you could have accepted it.
Yeah, they did it with Mane.
They did it with Mane, but you could have accepted it. Or you know what you could have done? You could have sold him sooner. Or you know what you could have done? You could have given him a better contract if you really wanted him to stay. But you didn't do that. And by the way, that's fine. Like, I'm not mad that you didn't do any of this.
Can we have a balance? I want to add a little balance to the conversation as well. Obviously, are we saying this because obviously we're not Scousers directly, so we don't know exactly what it is like to grow up in Liverpool, go to play for the club that you supported. I know you do, K-Mac, but I'm just talking from like G's conversation.
Yeah.
When we're having the conversation personally, we don't really know what it's like truly. We can see discussions, we can hear what it's like. We speak to a lot of people, but truly we don't know because we've never experienced that. Culturally, we don't know what it's like. So when we're saying it, I know we're looking at it from a logical standpoint, which is fair, and I think you have to have a balanced argument. It's fair. It's like, bro, come on, he's won everything, he's done everything for the city, and he wants to go and try something. Logically, fine, cool, no problem. Why is there emotions tied in there? But because we didn't grow up within that culture, within that city like that, they're going to have a different outlook. I'm not saying many do, because I speak to a few, and I'm sure you guys do, and they don't share that same sentiment. Some of them don't. But you couldn't blame it if majority goes, no, I just don't like him because he's doing this.
I'm not even saying, like, I'm not blaming, by the way, anyway. I'm more just trying to, like, in terms of like, oh, okay, like, I just don't get it. But even just that, in my mind, again, and maybe to be fair, it is just a logical view, right? Him, like, I then need a Scouser to then explain to me, what does being a that, you know what that's like? And I know this is gonna sound funny, that it's literally like me saying, well, you're black, you can only marry a black person.
Yeah.
That's it now. Like, because you're this color, you can only marry someone. And I'm like, but what if I don't love that individual? Like, why? Like, do I have to? You're now putting me in a position where it's like I'm almost forced to go down this one lane. And it's like, well, no. Like, I want to experience different things. I want to experience other stuff. And guess what? I can't then help who I then fall in love with. So when we're talking about Trent, that's why I'm like, okay, he's a Scouser. I get that, and I get you're going to have that emotion in terms of, oh my goodness, like, you know what it is? Yeah, you know what? He's one of us. I understand that. So shouldn't, in my mind, I'm like, so shouldn't you then be happy? Like, by the way, we're talking about the fucking biggest club in the world. We ain't talking about like PSG, where you're like, they're big, but not that big. Like, we're talking about the biggest club. So I'm looking at it thinking, surely you should then be like, you know what? You've done everything. You've actually done like every trophy that we want to talk about in football, as a club football, he's won all of them. And guess what? He's got the Premier League twice, and he's got the League Cup twice. So he's got all of that. So in my mind, I'm like, surely you should be sending him off and saying, you know what? Go and finish off your rest of your career. Go live off in sunny Spain. If he goes, by the way, go live off in sunny Spain and do your thing. Here's our blessing, because you've come through our academy. If anything, it makes it even look better for the academy guys to know, you know what? I can come through at Liverpool, win things with Liverpool. And if I'm good enough, I can go to the biggest club in the world, and I can still continue my football while still winning stuff for Liverpool, and then going on to bigger and potentially better things. Obviously, we don't know how it's going to work. I'm like, I just feel like I'll be honest, and this is me.
It's not like that.
Anybody else? No, I know.
Yeah,
and
it's
this is
just
why
not.
I say to people, like, when, and I guess it's only the Scousers, I'm like, you lot just sound salty to me. Like, you're so in your feelings about this. I'm like, yeah, this is why. If he does leave, and again, we don't know what's happening. Hopefully he stays. But if he does leave, I'm like, yeah, good. Like, I'm actually happy for you to just go, because you're seeing the true colors of individuals. Not everyone, but you're seeing the colors of some individuals in terms of what they really think about players, the club, and everything kind of tied to it. And I get that it's your club, you can do so. But the reality is, football don't care about you like that. Football will be here long gone when you're gone. I promise you that. So don't be so. I'm not saying don't be emotional. You can be, and it's understandable. But the fact that you're letting the emotions call him a rat. You got man like Paddy calling him on interview, like he's an international star, calling him a lit. I'm like, do you know what your words mean to people? Like, we're busting up and we're joking, but you know what that actually means? Because people follow Paddy. Paddy's also a Scouser. So guess what? Now little kids who watch him, they're going to start thinking, he must be a lizard then. He must be this. So you're now giving hate to another man over a decision that he's making. I'm like, that's crazy to me that you would incite hate.
There's no belief that he never even played the part in. Do you know what I mean? Like, if he comes out and defends himself, he's defending him over something that's fabricated. And also now he's only adding to the drama, and he's changing his PR, he's changing his appearance, his image, how people view him. And that's all happening to him. He's not doing this. That's happening to him. And I think that's unfair. At the end of the day, right, football, whether we like it or not, it's a job to him. At this point in time, his contract is up. He's thinking about where he's going to do his next job. He has no constraints. He is a human being. He can go and do whatever he wants. And like I say, if he wins everything here, he should go with even more blessing. And do you know what? If we were smart about this, he's going to go. Let's get him right to wear like the Liverpool shin pads, maybe a little red wristband or armband or something, and infiltrate this perfection idea of Real Madrid. You go there, you wear the all white, you never leave unless we tell you so. This is the pinnacle. Let's infiltrate it. Let's put Trent in there. Let's have a little red armband. When he scores, he whips off the shirt. It's got "You Never Walk Alone" on it and stuff. Let's break down that institution. Sorry. I'm trying to get my club to the top. I want people to look at my club like that. So why not send him on his way and be like, yeah, cool, blessing. But then someone have a little word in his ear like, yo, you're a Scouser though, and obviously Liverpool's in your heart. So when you're there, win everything, but like always bring Liverpool into the conversation. Always bring it back to Liverpool. Like do whatever it is, and then we can break down this perfection, white, beautiful, fucking heaven.
Yeah, that should be the aim. That should be the aim, bro. It should always be the aim. And while everyone's doing all this rubbish and that, Trent still loves Liverpool. It doesn't matter what anyone else says. He still loves Liverpool. It's actually embarrassing because it's what you two just said. At the moment, everyone thinks they know what's going on, but he ain't said anything. which is giving him an opportunity to see what it's like leaving Liverpool without even saying anything, bro. And he's seen instantly all this. You never walk alone and Scousers first, and it means more. No, you're a rat, bro. I was like, oh, I didn't know it was like that because I didn't even say anything yet. Then I might start even if imagine if he was gonna stay and this was just all him trying to get a better contract than that. Now I've seen everyone, my own fans, call me a piece of shit, call me a rat, call me a lizard. Bruv, then I'm like, you know what?
Burning shirts in that savage.
I didn't want to do this, but I might leave, bruv. I might just leave now because this is what they think of me. Like clearly, and we know that. You know, the worst thing about this is it's not about emotion being in football because football without emotions is shit, bruv. I'm not trying to watch that, bro. You get me? But you can still be morally a good person and all that. And all this turning on him and speaking about him personally is crazy to me. Not to mention. And I'm speaking to the Scousers, innit? Don't get all triggered in that. I got family with Scousers and that, whatever, innit? Bro, you hypocrites, innit? Because every Liverpool player who's ever played for Liverpool and is a Scouser isn't still in our club, bro, and didn't finish their career here. And it wasn't because they wanted to leave. It's because the club got rid of them. Mm-hmm. So then what? Would you like throwing up banners for them? Would you make him murals for the guys that couldn't get into the team? You wasn't. You was like, you shit. And another thing, most of you were trying to get rid of Curtis last season. He's Scouse. Where was it means more then? Where was it? Yo, now, if you get rid of Curtis, we're flying a flag over Anfield and on a plane and that. None of you were on it, bro. None of you were on it. It's just because it's good, isn't it? Tell the truth, bro. It's just because it's good. It's nothing to do with Scouse, it's because it's good. So that's the only reason why you like care about Paddy the Baddie, because he's good. If he gets his head kicked in a few times by Usman and them, man, all of a sudden, stop lying, man. Stop lying to you.
I want to know the message that this sends out, though, like in terms of what message does this send out to any child coming through at the academy? What message does it also send out to potential players coming in terms of it's like when like with a, and I know I keep going back to girls, but it's the easiest one because we're moving like them. Like, when it's like, someone who loves really, really hard, like they love so hard. And I'm like, like, is this a bit too intense? Like potential look at this kind of stuff. I'm like, that's a bit crazy to me, but
Can I just roll it back a bit, because this has already happened before. This, like what we're talking about now, this whole scenario happened with Steve McManaman. Like John Barnes said it on a Premier League show, and John Barnes said that like Steve McManaman got so much hate, like he's still hated now. Like the guy was great for Liverpool. We didn't win anything. Like I think he won a cup, or maybe 2 cups with Liverpool, but we didn't win any titles. So he left. He went on a Bosman, which were like brand new when that first happened. Not many players had gone on Bosmans. And he went to Real Madrid and won a couple of Champions Leagues. He was brilliant for them. Okay? He's hated at Liverpool still. Like it doesn't change. The tribalism with Liverpool is always going to be like that. Raheem Sterling went to another club because he wanted to compete for titles. He's got every right to do that as a kid. And he did. And he made us loads of money and he won loads of titles. He's a snake. Like, it's not going to change. Like, if he goes to Real Madrid on a free transfer, he's going to be classed as a snake by loads of fans. It's not going to change. And then there's going to be another player that does it in a couple of years' time, and so on and so forth, because it's always going to happen. There's always going to be one player that leaves the club and the fans, he's one of our own, he's done this, he's done that, and the tribalism's going to kick in, and it's just not going to change. But for me, he's done everything with Liverpool. But I don't think he gets everyone's blessing, because he's one of our best players and he's walking out the door. You don't have to give him a blessing. I don't keep him to do that. Of course not. We have every right to want to keep this guy.
Yeah, you don't have to give him a blessing.
All of those things.
Am I tripping, or I swear Fowler left and came back?
And he was shit. He was absolute dog shit.
Ian Rush leave and come back. I know he's not Scouse. He left and come back as well, didn't Ian Rush?
Yeah, but we had a choice to buy him, didn't we? And we bought him.
Okay, so Trent can leave and you can buy him back.
Yeah. Let's see how that goes.
This is only obviously the certain portion of fans we're talking about. Obviously, other fans don't have that opinion. Probably do wish him well, but actually, one thing I'm quite proud of is the club, because the club, it's fans making all this up. The club themselves haven't come out and They could have come out and said, we've offered Trent a contract and he's not signed it yet, whatever this, and put the onus on him and hung him out to dry. And they've not. They've protected him. They've honoured that "you'll never walk alone," mantra. And they are moving how we think all fans should move, and that's the case of okay, we move on next. Who's the next player then? Wish you well, all the best. Best of luck in your future. We'll when you come back, you'll be welcome with open arms. We'll maybe in years to come there'll be a testimonial, or you'll be part of all of our imagery and PR and anything that we do in the future. But actually, that's where it stops, and we're moving on to somebody else now, and we're moving like the people that we hope that all fans should do. It's like, yeah, I know it's sad. I'm sad at the thought of not seeing Trent again play for Liverpool. I still have a little bit of hope that he still does sign because I think he's a brilliant player. It's emotional, that's fine. But like you say, G, Paddy the Baddie coming out and saying that, and other fans commenting the way they are and stuff is just ridiculous. You're actually further removed from what Liverpool's about and what our club are demonstrating than the people that have our opinions, in my opinion, because the club are moving on. The club we don't know this for sure, but they have brought Bradley through. That's one way of moving on. They are probably going to sign a right back in the summer if Trent moves on. That's moving on. And they've come out and said nothing as well. So they're holding themselves to a higher ground and taking, as they should, as businessmen, as people that run an institution. They're just taking the sensible and mature approach and moving on. And it's all the emotional people that, the two emotional people that detach, the emotion from just, a logical thought and reality. That become so self-absorbed and so entitled that they think that this player should stay. And it's just like, that is what it is. Just move on. Like if you're a Liverpool fan, you've seen so many top players move on before. And actually, if there was ever a time for a top player to move on and not be so upset about it, it's now, because we're winning leagues and we've got good other players in our team. It's not like when Torres left and it was like, besides Gerrard, it's all we've got though. When Suarez left, we were like,
Yeah, Torres went to our rivals as well.
It's not that. It's not that. We're so good in other areas. Yes, it will be a loss to have Trent, but next season, come August, Trent's at Real Madrid or wherever he is, we've got another right back in, and we're either supporting Bradley in the first team or we've brought somebody else in. We'll all be sat there, as we should, thinking Liverpool should go on and win this Premier League again. And do you know what? Actually, I'm expecting Arne Slot with a few signings and now a year under his belt to go one better and maybe get a domestic cup and go further in the Champions League. I'm not thinking about Trent. I obviously will if we come against Real Madrid in the Champions League. I'm not thinking about Trent. Just move on. We support Liverpool. We don't support Trent. Jesus, just get over yourself.
We're so going to get Real Madrid in the Champions League next season, aren't we?
Let's have it, man. Why not, bro? Let's cause a bit of havoc, bro. Why not? Get Real Madrid, play them.
I don't think it's crazy that with all the players that we've had our whole lives that have tarnished the reputation of the club or said bad things or acted a certain way, this man is representing the club and your city, and he's done it in the right way. And there's nothing, I mean, apart from when he tried to smash the pregnant woman. But apart from that, he's done it. apart from that, he's done everything properly, bro. He's handled himself well on that, bro. You get me? There's not been in any, these weird debacles and that. And we've had, and it gets treated like this, man. I mean, like I said, I agree with some of the chat. You'd have to give him your best wishes and all that. I understand why not. But I'm with Cav, man. Let's just move on. Because this could be handled so different, and we don't know what's going to happen. And if he did move on, move him on and that, bro. And whatever happens in the future happens, because we've seen worse. But I've seen loads of people come back to their clubs they've left, bro, with open arms in it. You know what I mean? You've gone on and done other stuff. He's not going to Man U, bro. There is a difference with those things, bro, where it's like I'm taking the piss. So he's one of those ones, man. But realistically, bro, we've all said bad enough stuff about Trent while he's playing anyway, bruv. So let him move on, and we'll get on. Yeah, he'll move, and then you know what I mean. Bradley's the guy until he's not.
You know what? It comes on to a question that maybe we should do a show in the summer or whatever. Like what Liverpool means to us, because like Sav says, we all have "You'll Never Walk Alone." We're this family club, We're the most successful team in England. We've gone to Match United for league titles and this, but we all like to consider ourselves as the proper football institution.
Always,
always connected to the grassroots and the meaning behind football, and that it goes beyond football and what it gives to people's lives and this and that. Well, we're not demonstrating any of that, are we? We're not demonstrating any of that by how we're acting when it comes to Trent. So if we want to be better, we've got to do better. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm always thinking Real Madrid are the top.
Count for president running.
Yeah. Real Madrid are the top. I want Liverpool to be above that. How do you get above that? Well, you don't. One way you do it is not through letting the players have such power over you like this.
Yeah.
You know, Real Madrid would have just binned them off. Get the next guy in. Di Maria looked ugly. We don't want him. Get him out.
Yeah.
They put themselves on that pedestal where they're like, the club is so much bigger than everything else going on.
And Liverpool I know, but 100 million would have helped.
Well, yeah, there is that, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We need to just do better in this respect.
Exactly.
All of us need to be like, Trent, wish you well, but guess what? We're gonna go find the next Trent, or we're gonna go scout someone else. We've got Edwards in, we've got Hughes now. We're winning Premier Leagues. We're gonna look to optimize. And do you know what? We're gonna carry ourselves in such a good way that you're gonna regret not being here. You're gonna regret
exactly that, bro. And I've actually I think the biggest disappointment is that what you just said about Liverpool. That's how I've always felt about our club, bro. So when we're talking, it's not about having the most money and all that stuff, but I always felt like Liverpool is completely different to every club, bro. The values of the club, everything, bro, and obviously the values of the club come from the city. So when everyone is acting like this, I'm like, this isn't really what I thought it was, isn't it? This ain't what I like talking about. We sound like Arsenal fans, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, but listen, let's shift it slightly, bro. One more win left, guys, and then we're Premier League champions. This could happen on Wednesday if Arsenal drop points against Palace. Could be like how when we last won it, when the guys were sitting in the garden, chilling, watching the City versus Chelsea game, and Willian came up with a wonder goal or penalty or whatever it was. Can Palace do that and we win it, or would you prefer to just beat Tottenham and win it? That's my question to each and every one of you guys. Would you just take the win on Wednesday and go, yeah, that's us, and then we'll go into the Spurs game just partying?
No, I want to win it in the game, man.
Win it in the game against Spurs.
Yeah. I've never witnessed it, innit? So none of us have. Well, Endz has, but we like
no.
So yeah, I don't want to. I know it doesn't matter in the end, and that we'll see the social media clips, and they'll be in someone's house or in a hotel and that. But it'll be nice to do it on the pitch, and have a bit more meaning to it, bro. Having that game, knowing that when you score a goal in this game, it means I'm winning. And I know it technically doesn't mean you win the league because you scored in that game, but it will feel like that. I feel like every goal that goes in today, you won the league, innit? I mean, it feels like whoever scores on that day, even though it's not true, will feel like the biggest hero. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is Joey fit? Because we get him off the bench in that game, blood. Is he fit? I'm trying to see.
Give Joe. If we win a penalty, just give it Joey.
A Joey goal will be cold. A young Robbo finish. You got no assist this season. I have a Robbo finish, blood, and win the league, man. It'll be nice, and I don't want to win it. Pick up my phone and I see, just win it. We won the league. Nah, that's shit, man. Yeah. It feels like we're always getting done dirty out of celebrations and that, bro. So let's just have this one, innit?
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
I just can't be having like last day of the season drama again. Like just never again. Like.
Last day of the season. If it's last day of the
season, I've lost about 10 years of my life.
We'd have lost the next 4, bro.
Lost every game if it's last day of the season talk, bro.
But, can't be having any of that again. I'm not bothered. Like win it on Wednesday, win it on Saturday, Sunday. I'm fine. Like just
I told Endz, bro, the perfect way. I just don't want to see Liverpool losing. I don't like us losing. But if I could, I will take Palace. You know what I mean? Losing against Arsenal, we lose against Chelsea. I mean, and then we have to win at Arsenal. Then, innit? I want to win it out. I would like to win at Arsenal, bro. There's only a couple of games away.
No, but it's at our ground, though, isn't it? So it's not going to be the same.
Well, it's against Arsenal. It'll be the same.
I know, but they want the only reason why there was a difference because they won it at Anfield.
No, I'm not because of the 89 thing. It's just Arsenal. They're supposed to be the ones in the top.
I'd rather just the guard of honor, bro. I'd rather that, bro.
You'd rather the guard of honor than beat Arsenal and win the title.
I don't care. I've already seen us beat them, man. I want them to just look at us and go, bro, we've been trying for years. And
they might just do the Bernardo Silva thing and turn around, blood, and say, I'm not.
No, they can't do that.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
I definitely want the guard of honor off Arsenal.
I know it's not sportsmanship in that, bro. But I can't lie, bro. I might not do the guard of honor, you know. I swear.
No, you have to, bro.
That's why when everyone.
No, I keep telling you. Remember, it's not mandatory to do a guard.
You know, when everyone was calling Bernardo Silva a rat and all that, bro. And obviously, I like him in it as a player. But I was like, nah, I don't know, blood. It depends how our rivalry is. If it's a healthy, competitive rivalry, then you got friends in the team and that, you know what? All right, little clapping hands and that. But if it's one of them fierce rivalries where we've been kicking the shit out of each other and they've been running your mouth in interviews and that, which is what we were doing at the time with them. I'm not putting no hands up, bruv. I'm sitting there with a water bottle. Dickheads.
To start spraying it on the grass and
Oh
that.
no,
Yeah, of course.
That's what they'll do to us. All of them will have the water bottles and start spraying.
You just you just give everyone a dirty look and spit on the floor. Puta. Yeah, bro.
Oh, man. Good
Tripping
for
them up.
TV optics, though, Sav, innit? So we can't do that. For TV optics, we gotta make sure.
Winning at Palace is good. Picking the trophy, but we win the thing at Palace and that. Because was that last game Palace?
That's my last game at home, yeah, Palace.
Yeah. Because obviously I need to get over the trauma of you know what day I'm talking about. I was at that game. I ain't been back to Selhurst since, and obviously we owe them one, so I'll take that too.
Yeah, nice. Are we all keeping Sunday free? Is that what we're saying, Endz?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I ain't trying to do nothing. Like after, I think my team's got one last game, but once that's done, bro, I'm at home relaxing.
All right.
Like,
Hey, blood,
just
don't
need
even
to-
start, man. Because I might whip out the one Ice Cube and Coke Zero, blood, just to celebrate. Hey, you don't want me to go to the cupboard, bro. You don't want me to go to the cupboard. Young Zero.
Big ass Ice Cube.
I'm about to get a little bottle of champs and that.
I'm gonna go full fat. I'm going Sainsbury's and get a fresh one, bro.
No, I'm gonna get a bottle of shams, bro. I think because I told you the other day they had the drink for the first time in ages. I swear, one glass, I was done. I was like, nah. I might get a little bubbly, man. Put it here, sip it while the game's going on, and relax.
While the game's going on,
Yeah, just get smashed while the game's on, bro.
you know, with Liverpool, right? We're not going to score till like the 85th minute. You'll be waiting a while.
Yeah. It'll be warm. It'll be warm, mate.
To start panic drinking.
You're not right, man. I actually thought about that. You know the people, and I rate them by the way. They're still Liverpool fans, innit? But you know the people that have flew in because they've done the maths and gone, we're gonna win here, so I've got a holiday and a ticket, bro. They must be pissed about some of these games, bro.
Oh, of course.
Because it could happen any time, innit? She's like, we're gonna win at Tottenham. All of a sudden, Postecoglou masterclass. We can't win.
I know, like Postecoglou. Do you know what the good thing is? I think most of them teams, like they've got a game to play. Chelsea will have the European game. Arsenal will have a European game. Spurs will have a European game. So fingers crossed, they're just like, yo, let's just not play the Mandem, innit? The
thing is, we're Liverpool in it, so we're most likely to play better against the best Tottenham team.
Yeah, that's true.
Not the worst one.
Like what we did in the League Cup against that Spurs Matchday. And then once they pull out all the big guns, we just smoked them up.
Yeah. Because you know what it would be, bro. If we lose that game, with Richarlison score, wouldn't it? You know how it goes, man. Yeah, this is with Liverpool, man. We have to have a little bit of drama, bro. This is how we work, bro.
But yeah, Arsenal will take a big risk if they play their main players in the Palace game.
The lack of title race, and the fact that we've not really been informed recently is maybe took away from the celebrations a little bit. But let's not forget, I think most of us, tell me if I'm wrong, most of us haven't actually experienced winning a Premier League title in front of fans.
Just Endz, blood. It's just Endz.
No, bro,
That's why I'm laughing, because I knew Savage was going to say
this is our first. This is our first time. We're literally virgins
Endz
to
or
this.
Dalglish on the last day, blood.
No, I did not. I did not see Dalglish last day.
You're right, Gab. You're right. It is massive.
That was the first division back then, wasn't it?
Exactly. See what I'm saying? Endz, you might be the first. You might be the first country of all of us, man. See the first division and the Prem, bro. That's a record.
I was around, and it hurt when Dalglish won the Premier League with Blackburn.
You're Blackburn. Jokes aside though, like we're content creators in it, so when people come in the chats and that, they're always like, "Oh, well, stop moaning." But listen, it's what we do, innit? We're talking about it. Don't get it twisted. We're all happy Liverpool's won the league, bro.
Trust.
What you need to do is every league title we've missed out by a point, right? You need to remember back to that emotion that you felt on them final days, and you need to flip it 180 and just use that emotion to celebrate when we win this league title.
Yeah, because you got to remember,
we've done what we've missed out on so often.
Yeah,
We've actually done it, so you can celebrate it to the extreme of the extreme you felt when we missed out by a point.
I agree. And you got to remember, everyone's not choosing to feel the way they feel. It's feelings, isn't it? So it's one of those, bruv. But don't get it twisted. Once I see the group of fans and that, it's a different from watching in your house and all that and stuff and not being at the stadium as well. That's different. And if people do go to the parade, I don't think there's going to be someone walking around the parade grumpy because that's just weird, isn't it? But
it's like, we should have played better in the last 5 games. No one's going to do that. Like, what do you think?
That's what would happen though. You get like somebody would spot G at the parade while he's just on his phone, and they'll take a picture like, I saw G, and he had a red and blue on, and that he looked pissed, Palace fan. Meanwhile, he just got a
and it'll be that I'll be wearing a blue hoodie, but the Liverpool top underneath, but because it's zipped, you can't see it. Yeah, I'll get caught up,
man. Because remember when on the parade when the bus started last time, I went to the town centre and it took ages for them to get there. But I was seeing pictures online and they're like, Mane looks unhappy. I'm like, bro. They just got on the bus, bro. Like they haven't started moving. It's like Mane looks unhappy, bro. Like I watched him go past me, excited, singing and that. You can't win, man. You can't win, and that's why when I asked Trent yesterday in the interview, he's like, "Listen, I'm trying to go parade, bro. If I speak now, I'm fucked, bro. I can't go on that bus."
We're about to learn very quick that all this YouTube space and everybody who knows how to party and who don't. Because some people ain't gonna know what to do. They're gonna be sat around on Sunday going, "Oh, this is great, isn't it? Is it, lads?" Because you don't seem that excited to
me. Oh, flip sake, man. All right, then, man. We'll leave it there, lads.
Are we all going to the parade, by the way? Are you all going?
Actually, let me get to the poll as well. Yeah,
I've been to all of them since I've been alive so far. But I should be going to this one, man. I'll see what my son's saying. Like I said, bro, like at the moment, I'm so relaxed about it because it's what Cav said on it. Like everyone's got different opinions of when we thought we won the league. There's only one mathematically winning the league, but I thought we had won it at Christmas, on it. So I've had that whole time,
like, a long time.
Yeah, we're champions and that. So, but yeah, once he gets into that, and to be fair, my son won't allow me not to go, bro. So yeah, what to do? We'll just paint the town red, blood.
I'll put a poll in the chat, guys, just saying what you guys are doing once we've won the league. 13%.
You're not doing a meetup for your members.
We'll get to that. 30% says we're going to the last game. 38% said we're going to the parade. 47% said chilling at home with the family. And 3% says I'm going out with my friends. Well, there's only 3 of you got 3%. Well,
have you seen the prices for the tickets, the final ones? These lot are taking the piss. I've seen man selling $7,000 tickets. Blood, I love you, Liverpool, but not that much.
Yeah.
Is it going to be on the bank holiday Monday itself, right? Like,
yeah, I think it's on the Monday. Yeah.
Because I'll just go outside the stadium.
Remember they were saying about that trains, like they're going to be disrupted with trains.
That's what I'm saying. Like, can't they make it more like Tuesday or something? Like, why is it Mondays a bit?
The idea is going up there the day before. That's my idea. Going up the day before and then chilling.
Yeah, I ain't got time to go the day before. Like, I'm trying to. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Tuesday would be perfect. Like, that's actually the perfect day for me.
You do well to get a hotel. You might be chilling with the homeless in concerts.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, that's crazy.
No, I got family up there, so that's mine, bro.
Oh, sorry, Endz. We don't all have family living in Liverpool. Unfortunately, some of us do not have family.
Hey, don't let him fool you, blood. It's Liverpool, but it's not really Liverpool. It's on the Wirral and it's on the other side of the Mersey.
It's Liverpool, bro.
It's where the high rollers are, bro. That's where.
Oh, is it like saying Watford and London?
Yeah.
Really London, but it's right next to it. Like,
his postcode's not even Al nothing, blood.
Nice.
One. Oh, Endz, you're like that now. Okay.
No, I was gonna say the ghetto, but that sounded mad still. So I'm not
that's mad. What are you trying to say, bro?
No,
listen, are you living in Toxteth?
Hopefully the man are there in it. Should be a vibe, man. Should be a vibe.
Yeah, again, and they're gonna ask like, you're a big content creator, Hollywood Endz.
No, I'm not a big content creator.
What are you doing for? No, you are. What are you doing for the members, bro? Like, people have been backing your channel all the year, and now you go into the parade. You're gonna do meetups and sign autographs like his babies.
Yeah.
Or you just don't care.
Who asked that yesterday? Was it Liz in the comments?
You're just happy to sign. You're just happy for tell everyone to like hit the like button and subscribe and that, but you don't want to meet up now. It's crazy stuff.
You can bring some merch.
Oh, you put them under pressure.
Nah, but you said he was a man of the people. That's what he's always kept.
You didn't like a meet up at the Pier Ed.
Right. Man of the people. Wait, Hollywood Endz came about a year ago.
1,000 subscribers and he changed.
Fucking hell.
Once them super chats came in, it was
I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah. I
Listen,
seen
man,
him
we're
move different after
close,
that
we're
first.
close to the 3K now, innit? We're close to the 3K. I'll be there.
You're not answering the question, bro.
What was the question again? Sorry.
You know what you doing for your members and that, and your subscribers, like little meet up and that. It's what K-Mac just said, bro. Little by the pier and that, meet by the padlocks and that.
Nah, I think we can do something better than that, can't we?
So what you're gonna say? What you're gonna do? Or
No, it stays tuned to the socials.
it sounds like you're trying to get off this stream, so you don't have to talk.
No,
about
stay tuned to the socials. If you don't follow me on Twitter, then that's down to you. Follow me there, and then we'll organize something.
Whatever you organize, I'll be there. Endz.
Thank you, Cap.
Yeah, I'll be there. Not the whole time.
Yeah,
but,
listen, but people are gonna want to see you, and
Definitely say hello as well, mate.
Yeah, just because I just told you, like, asked you what you're doing, don't mean I'm gonna be there. I'm just asking you.
Listen,
I'm not trying to chill with the peasants, bro.
I am good with my fans, and I'm better with my fans than you are with yours.
I don't have fans. I have family.
Okay.
Sorry, Hollywood.
Them ones, boy.
Yeah, man.
You choose to ignore your family as well, yeah.
Listen, man. Yeah, I do actually. Sometimes my mum phones me. I just press cancel, blood. It's not that time. You get me? It's just one of those, blood. But I'm telling you, man. People want to take photos with you and that, blood. I don't know what you're playing at, man.
No one wants to take a photo with me, bro.
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know, blood.
I gotta go, guys.
Okay,
All right.
Big up.
Yeah,
okay.
man. I don't know what the problem is, man. You're as bad as the other content creators, man. I thought you was different.
I'm not as bad as them, bro.
I thought you was different, bro. You and Coppish and all that in the same. So I was about to say the same boat, but that would be the irony. Oh, we're getting a boat party. No boat parties, bro. Everyone's lying, bro. Just tell the truth, bro. You just want super chats and subscribers. Just tell the truth, bro. Meet the people, man.
I will meet the people, and I will be there. You know what I mean?
You know, I keep picturing like going to the dots and that, and then I shouldn't laugh, but Lois and all that, just doing like spaces but live.
You're dumb. You're actually dumb.
Just sitting around the table, just live.
Do you know how cold that would actually be, though? Like,
it wouldn't be cold. It wouldn't be cold.
I think that would be sick.
Man, them at a parade. You think
you've already given Endz an idea, bro. You've already given him the idea.
No, man, that's crazy still. Yeah, Endz, take your microphone and your camera, man. Let's go interview the fans in it. Content.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you could do a vlog. To be fair, vlog would make
do that.
Yeah,
it's surprising. Like, you guys don't make Liverpool content.
And then while you're there, you can interview all the Scousers and ask them how they feel about Trent and tell them how you feel. See what they do to your blood. You want to?
No, it'd be an interesting conversation.
You should vlog it, man.
Okay.
So right,
I know the truth, live, bro.
The day after that parade, bro, I asked people about like, where's your photo of the parade and that, man, they're talking about I didn't take a picture. I know who ain't gonna be there, bro. I hear it, man.
Let's go and make it fun, man. Let's go and make it fun, bro. It will be fun. Bright red everywhere, bro. That'll be crazy still. All right, then, man. Big up to the man, them, as always. Let's go and do something with our lives. I don't say back tomorrow. No, not back tomorrow. Let's see, man. Maybe I do a little morning coffee one again. That was a vibe still. Great conversations there. G, Savage, have you guys got any content coming out?
Yes, sir. I got an interesting one about Zabozalai.
Okay.
I
just dropped it now anyway. As soon as you said that, I just clicked publish. So go check it out.
Must redirect him to that now. If it's already up.
It's not live.
Oh, it's not live. Yeah, it's going to do live. Okay. Yeah. How to? Yeah, you'll see the thumbnail. So let me know what you guys think, man.
I feel like there's some blasphemies in there, bro. Something crazy.
Just watch it, see the thumbnail. Did you decide for yourselves?
Okay.
Leave us in suspense. I hear it. I want to do the watch along, but I don't know for Sunday. Don't know yet. What
time do we kick off on the Sunday?
I want to say everyone kicks off. No, it won't be the same time. Probably like 2 or 4 in it.
Yeah. Why don't you? If you're gonna do the watch along, why don't you get everybody just get prepared for set up whatever we need to do, synced up early, everything. Yeah. Do a watch along for it. If that's what we're gonna do, we gotta do it proper. Then celebrate afterwards.
All right then.
Yeah, it's 4:30. It's Super Sunday.
4:30?
Yeah, Super Sunday.
Yeah, Super Sunday. It's always 2 and half 4, isn't it?
Have I'm with you, bro. If you guys are free, then we sync up and we'll run it, man.
Yeah, I'll move the desk around. I'll get the laptop set up. 4:30 is all right because you'll be on telly. There'll be a game before, so we can get synced up earlier, and then it'll be all right. That works well.
All right, man.
Cool.
Hopefully we be champions by Sunday, man. I'll be crazy still. What day is Sunday? What day does that fall on?
27th.
No. What day?
What day is
Sunday? Sunday fall on? Sunday, I think.
This guy,
Day after Saturday.
guy's gone delirious. Look at Liverpool celebrations is away with himself. What day is Sunday?
What day is Sunday?
What day is Sunday?
Day after Saturday, day before Monday, bro. That's the one. But yeah, 4:30, 27th. Yeah, man. Should be interesting. Might as well run it, bro.
Yeah, cool. Say less.
Sound.
Cool. Big up.
Oh, you're thinking before that as well. Our Clasico's the night before.
No one cares about that, bro, apart from you. Because you know what's going to happen. 5-0.